everybody! Welcome back to Ruby Moss Cottage episode 2. I'm excited to be back with all of you. Wow, it's been so much more than I ever thought it would be. Thank you all so much for your kind comments and your words of encouragement on the first podcast. It was about 2 weeks ago, so I'm planning to record every 2 weeks. But first of all, let me say my name is Joyce. Thank you for joining me. For those of you who are coming back, thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those of you who are joining me for the first time, welcome. Welcome back to those who have been here before, and welcome to all the newbies. I hope that you can just get comfortable, settled in with a cup of your favorite drink, and you're knitting or you're crocheting or whatever it is you like to do, and relax a little bit, and let's just spend some time together and see what's been going on here at the cottage. Not a whole lot. I've been doing a lot of babysitting for my grandies. As a matter of fact, I have all 3 of them here today. So the littlest one, Jude, is asleep. I got him down for his nap, and I knew I needed to do it today because I was running out of time before my daughter needed to edit it. So he's asleep. I'm trying to talk a little softer. And then the other two, the 5 and the 7-year-old, are in the family room and they're watching TV. So, but anyway, if you can hear them giggling. But thank you. I want to say a big thank you to Tracy from the Grocery Girls. She was so kind. I knew, or I was friends with Tracy on Instagram before they had a podcast, and I really kind of connected. She had some kind of contest where I think you posted socks, and whoever won that contest won a Mrs. Brown's bag. And so I posted, I won the Mrs. Brown's bag, became a huge fan of the bags, and then they started a podcast, and I've just watched their podcast. It's so good. I know, first of all, most of you are here because Tracy promoted me on Instagram. That's where I was going with this. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Tracy, for getting my name out there. Because, it's a big world. I'm a little fish in a big pond. And so a lot of people don't even know about Ruby Moss Cottage yet. And I really appreciate her giving me a shout out. But if by chance you are watching this, and if by a slim chance you have not seen the Grocery Girls podcast, please go check it out. I promise you, it's like watching a Saturday Night Live skit. They are hilarious, and I mean that in the most respectful of tones, and they know that. They are just so much fun to watch, and they, gosh, some of the yarns they find are just gorgeous. So please go see them if you haven't already done so, and let them know that Joyce sent you their way. So thank you to Tracy, but thank you for everyone else, all the followers. You all have just warmed my heart and made this experience exciting for me. So thank you for that. I appreciate all the encouragement about the chickens. I'm passing it all on to my husband. I think we're getting there. I think he's like, okay, maybe she's not so crazy. Maybe there is a community out there that's interested in this, and maybe she needs to do this. So I'm hoping a little bit more twisting of the arm, and we might have one there. My goal is hoping by Easter to have me some chickens. I was kind of thinking maybe after our vacation, because I didn't want to have to leave them and have to find someone to take care of them, because I don't know who could take care of them. So if I don't do Easter, then it'll be June. But then I'm thinking, if it's late June, I don't know, do they have time to lay eggs before it gets cold? See, this is also foreign to me, so any feedback, I would appreciate that. But anyway, so the chicken thing, I thank you for all of that. And one of the biggest things was talked about was my accent, which cracks me up, because obviously I'm not aware of my accent. But people were trying to guess where I was from. It was just fun to read the comments and then just kind of chuckle, because I'm like, well, I just talk normal. But I am from North Carolina. I was born and raised in West Virginia. So for the first 25 years of my life, I lived there. And then I've now lived here long in North Carolina, longer than I lived in West Virginia. So I don't know if it's a mix. But anyway, let's get on with the show. Out of my bags this week, not a lot. I did have a a throw that I was making as a commissioned throw for a friend of mine, and so I'm going to have some pictures inserted here. That was 2 strands on a size 19 and a chunky. And so that really did a number on my arm doing that, but I enjoyed doing it. Turned out really pretty. So another thing that's out of my bags, I'm actually wearing. This is something that I made a long time ago. I had my Ravelry page pulled up, but it's since darkened. But I want to say 2004. So no, 2014 maybe. I don't think, no, it wasn't 2004, probably 2014. But it's the, it's the cabled yoke cardigan. Duh, all the cables. The cabled yoke cardigan by Nora Vaughn. Let me see if I have that wrote down here. Nora Gahn. Gaughan. Nora Gahn. The cabled yoke cardigan. I did it out of the Queensland collection of the Aaron Waite Kathmandu yarn. Loved it. It's like a tweed, but it's kind of get a little closer so you can see the cables of it. It's cabled all the way around the back, and it's just can't really see too much of it. But anyway, I sometimes I wear a long sleeve t-shirt with it, but it's been really warm here in the South, so today I just have a tank top on underneath of it. But yeah, it's really comfortable. It's just one of those throw and go sweaters that you can wear just about anywhere, anytime. So love that. So I thought, since I didn't have a lot out of the bag, that I would try and wear something from my handmade wardrobe that I've had off the needles for quite a while, out of my bags for quite a while. Another thing that I've been doing, Baker's Haven and Homespun House. That's Molly and Amber. Those are 2 podcasts I would highly suggest, and I'm sure you've probably already been there, but 2 great podcasts. They, I guess what you do is, I don't know if you make an ornament a month or if you just make ornaments all year long. But anyway, my goal is to make an ornament a month, so that next year, when I put up the Christmas tree, I will have 12 handmade ornaments to put on the tree. And they're going to go, I'm going to keep them. Last year I did the Wool and Vines Boxo socks. I didn't finish the 12 pair of socks, but I did. It was a milestone for me. I think I did like, I don't remember, 8 or 9 for myself, and then I knit my husband a pair, and then my grandbaby some. So I probably did knit 12, but I didn't complete the 12 for myself. So anyway, I thought that's a fun project, that's a fun knit along to participate in, but I'm probably not going to do 12 for myself this year either. So I thought I would use my box that I used for that last year and keep my ornaments inside of them. So now I'm getting ready to put in my very first ornament. You might have seen this on my Instagram account when I was first starting it. I'm kind of away from that. I hope you can see that. And that is so adorable. It was just felt that you cut out, and I did this little bit of embroidery. I read the pattern, and I don't think I was supposed to do the embroidery on the back, although she did have you put the cocoa and the marshmallow on there. But that's my first ornament, and this year of ornaments is not, from my understanding, is not knit, crochet. It can be anything. So this is felt, just felt cut out and stuffed, and with a little bit of embroidery. So I don't think actually that it has to be knit or crochet. If it does, so be it. But I believe I heard Amber say that it did not have to be. So that's my first ornament. I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to put it in my box, and then hopefully next month I'll add another one. I'm going to try and do the ice skate from this collection for next month. I've had this for so long. It's one of those things, it would have been in baggage, although I had never started it, so I couldn't really say it was in baggage, but it was in my embroidery stuff. I have some more from Kath Kidston's set that I'm going to add to this year, so I'm going to start with these three. So this my February one, I'm hoping to do the ice skate. But that was so much fun. So yeah, fun make along. If you wanted to join in with that one, check that one out. So that's all that's out of my bags. I worked so hard on the Find Your Fade shawl, and that my goal. I so wanted to have that done, but I kind of ran out of yarn, and I had to order some more. So that's going to take us into what's in my bags, and we'll start with the Find Your Fade. And if you'll remember, it's in my Girl So Sheepy bag. But it is so beautiful. I am so in love with this pattern. I'm going to try and pull it out slowly so you can see the colors and I'm probably going to have to stand up because this thing is massive. I'm on my 6th color. It takes 7, and then this, I wish I had done more research and I would have known that this 6th color uses the most yarn, and I didn't do my research, so I ran out. I'm using this Knit Picks, and I know it's not going to be enough because it's 200 and some in a skein, and this section takes 300 and some. So I went ahead and ordered some, and knowing that I wasn't going to be able to do anything till that got here, I kind of just stopped on it. But anyway, I'm going to hold this up and show you the beauty of it, and you're not going to get the full effect, I don't think. But anyway, so this is what I'm working. This was some twisted owl fibers, and it fades down and down. I'm pulling it up. I can't block my view. Then it goes, and then that green is the last color. So here we go back down. And I was to right, I've got a little stitch marker in here's where I was when I last podcast. So from there, I've done all of that. Isn't that gorgeous? I almost wore it today. Let's see what it would. I mean, it's down to my feet, down past my ankles already. But is that not going to be gorgeous? I'm kind of far away from the camera. I really can't tell the beauty of it, but I cannot wait to wear this around my neck. I've used the most delicious yarns. I think I told you last time it was Raven's Hunter, then it was Homespun House, and it was Lemonade Shop, and then this was Hedgehog Fibers Teacup. This is Twisted Owl Fibers, and then this is Knit Picks. So I hope that wasn't confusing, but that is so gorgeous. I am so excited about that. It's so beautiful. So hopefully next time I podcast, that will be out of my bags and not in my bags. So that is in my bags, and then the rest of my in my bags, I haven't touched any of those, so we're not going to rehash all the stuff that was in episode 1 because I was monogamous and knit on that. Although I did start something. When I took the one blanket that was commission blanket off the needles, I had to start another blanket like you do. I have only probably 5 or 6 other blankets on the needles or hooks or whatever, but that's just the nature of the blanket knitting. I mean, for me anyway, I get all excited and I knit or crochet, and then I just because they're so forever long, and I'll put them down and work with them here and there, but then I get tired. So this project, I am falling down the crochet rabbit hole. But I know most of them are doing the back and forth, back and forth. I don't know what the pattern is called, but anyway, I couldn't do that. I could not cast on or chain 300 and some stitches. I've done that, and I'm sure I'll do it again in my lifetime, but I was just not there right now. So I started a granny square with all of my scraps. And let me back up. I guess that was, I didn't, I'm just assuming you all know what the granny hole, the crochet rabbit hole is you're using your minis, leftovers from socks or any mine's fingering weight leftover projects, and you just use your scraps up. And just like the Cozy Memories blanket, you can do swaps. I've got these yarns are from all over the world, and a lot of friends, you know. So I started that. However, I stopped because I don't like this big in the middle. I would rather it be a solid color in the middle. So I think what I'm going to do is rip this out. I wouldn't mind this if it was going around. But as for the one big hunk, I don't know if I like that. And I would live with this for the rest of my life. So I think I'm going to tear this out and start over, and then I'll start with this orangey pink. I don't know if it's coming up that way in the video, but anyway, I think I'm going to start with that as my middle section. But I think this is beautiful. I think it will be beautiful. My daughter did a granny square blanket. It covers her whole queen size bed, and it is so gorgeous, and I've always wanted to do one, so it's years in the making, but it'll be fun to work on. I'm using a let's see, it's a size C, so it's itty bitty. I mean, it's just so little, but look at this. Is this not a gorgeous, I don't know, isn't that gorgeous, a hook? And I bought this years ago. As a matter of fact, this morning I even had to go look it up, and I wanted to look it up so I could have the right name to tell you. Daisy Chains Crochet. Daisy Chains Crochet on Etsy, one word. And but anyway, she has got some beautiful hooks. You should go check her out. But that's the hook I'm using, and it's in this bag. Oh my goodness. Let me put all this back in here. The bag that it's in is, can you see that? It's New York City. In the winter. New York City in the winter. It's by Steel City Stitchers, and she's on Etsy too. This is a beautiful bag. On the inside, can you see it? Just snowflakes. Oh, it's so gorgeous. New York City is my favorite place in the whole wide world. Not that I've been to a lot of places, but I love to go there. And a friend of mine, one of my bag ladies, she gave me this for my birthday after we had been to New York City together in the fall. So we went up to Rhinebeck, and so this was my birthday present. And it's got pockets in it. It's just a great bag. So anyway, let me show you how I've wound my yarn as well. I did the magic ball, the magic knot, to where you just keep knotting your minis together rather than having all the strings that you'd have to tie in. I just magic knotted my one mini to another mini to another mini and just wound them all up. Like this blue, say I was at the end of the blue and I wish I had a mini here. I do. Say I would take one of these minis, I would just magic tie it to there, cut it, and then it will not come out. They're so sturdy. And then I would wind this onto this ball. So maybe I'll do a tutorial. There's a lot of tutorials on it, but sometimes you see one person and it just clicks with you. So maybe I'll do a tutorial on the magic knot, but I really love it. You can't feel the knots. When you come to them, you absolutely cannot feel the knots in this at all. So, yeah. So that's what's in my bag. I think that's it for what's in my bags. Let me tell you what's in my tea bag. My tea bag is it's the cherry lemon green tea by Mighty Leaf. I think I was drinking Mighty Leaf last week. It's one of my favorites. They have some delicious flavors, but and again, I left my tea bag in there. I drink my tea with honey, 2 teaspoons of honey. This is delicious. It's really good. That cherry lemon is so great on the throat. But let me tell you something. I want to share a tip that one of the podcasters that I watch, and her name is Anna, and the podcast is Anna Knitter, but she's relatively new, originally from Germany, and she lives in Austria. And she was making her tea the other day, and she gave a hint, and I asked her if I could share this. I actually said, can I share your tea pointers with you, with my podcasting group? And she said, what are pointers? So anyway, I thought that was funny. But so I explained to her it was a tip, just little tips along the way. But she said that in Germany, they stop every day at 3 o'clock. They have tea and cake. Oh, why can't we have tea and cake every day at 3 o'clock? But anyway, and you steep your tea bag for 3 minutes if you want energized. So 3 minute steep is for energization, energy. 5 minutes is relaxing. I've never heard that before. Maybe that's why I don't have any energy. I mean, because this has like been steeping for what, 30 minutes? 35 minutes? I should be asleep by now. And a lot of times I do leave my tea bags in. I just feel like it makes it stronger. I didn't realize I was actually changing the way it's the activity of the tea. But anyway, try it out and see. 3 minutes steeping for energy and 5 minutes for relaxation. I don't know if that, I think she was using black tea at the time, which is caffeinated. So I don't understand how the caffeine comes into play, but anyway, I thought I would pass it on. Maybe some of you have heard that before, but I thought that was pretty interesting. So that's what's in my tea bag. And go check out Anna Knitter's podcast. She's really a cute, sweet girl. But anyway, so that's what's in my tea bag. My throat's been a little sore, so now for my bag of tricks. I'm kind of blocking the sewing machine. I think I told you that I would have all of my, I was going to try to have all of my quilt scraps cut out. Yeah, right. Seriously. This is it, though. That's a pretty good start, isn't it? Aren't they pretty? That's one. That's another. That's one. That's one. Ooh, that's not a very good angle. I don't want to drop them because that would be a mess. That's one. That's one. Anyway, I have to have, I don't have the pattern in front of me, and I think I'm having 10 different patterns of 60 squares each. And then one at 24. So anyway, it's a start. I still have all of this to work from, and then I'm going to have to go through more of my stash around the house to see if I can come up with some other. But that's all I've gotten out of my bag of tricks this week. However, this is exciting. Okay, so if you follow me on Instagram, you saw the lemon cake that I made. I bought a lemon tree. When we went to go get our Christmas tree this year, they had an orangery. I actually picked the tree farm because of the orangery, thinking, not knowing really what an orangery was. I was thinking, orange tree. Okay, let's go get an orange tree too. But that's not what, well, an orangery, they do grow orange trees, but they also have lemon trees, grapefruit trees. I think that's the only, that they might have had lime. But I know they had those three, and it's like a stone foundation with, I don't know what you call, I don't even know. It may have been glass. In my mind, I'm thinking it's like that plastic that's kind of see-through, but yet not real see-through, so where it would let the sunlight in, but I might be wrong on that. Anyway, not important. So they had, I went in after we picked out our Christmas tree. I went down to look at it, and they had these trees. And once I got on there, I knew I didn't want an orange tree. I wanted a lemon tree because I love Myers lemons. I love Myers lemon tea. I don't know that I've ever had a Myers lemon, but the Myers lemon were the pots were huge. I couldn't have gotten it in our car, so I bought the lemon tree, and and I've sent the guy an email because I cut the tag off, why, of the tree to tell me what kind of lemon it is. But he said when you bite into it or when you cut into it, it tastes like lemonade. And let me tell you, it tastes like lemonade. My granddaughters were eating it. Just, who picks up a lemon and eats it? But I had to try it. It was so delicious. I gave it to them, and even as the little girls, they sat and ate that lemon like you would eat an orange. It was so good. So anyway, homesteader that I am, I picked my lemon. Didn't really pick the lemon because my granddaughter had picked it weeks ago before it was supposed to be picked, and it had been sitting in the windowsill, so the sun, it ripened in the window. But I have lemons on the tree that will be picked. I also have 3 other lemons in the windowsill that my grandson picked before they were ready, but might be the case with all my lemons. I may never have a tree ripe lemon. They may be all windowsill ripened lemons. Doesn't matter. It was delicious. So we made yesterday a lemon pound cake. It was so good with the lemon glazed icing. It was so good, all from my lemon. So I may not have chickens, but I do have a lemon tree. So how many people can say that? I have a lemon tree, and then someone made a comment. One of my good friends, Anna, said, that's why you need your chickens, because then you could go gather the eggs, and the eggs could go in the cake as well, and you would really be a true homesteader then. So that is another reason why I need chickens. I've got to keep baking cakes, so I've got to have chickens so I can keep baking cakes. So anyway, that's what's in my grocery bag, and that was fun. I'll show you. I'm going to move on to book bag now. What's in my book bag, and I'm going to show you that the recipe book that I made the lemon pound cake from is this recipe book right here. Is that camera getting it? It's called Church Ladies Divine Desserts. I've had this for so long. It's this engaging and irresistible collection of dessert recipes and reminiscence celebrates the lives and cooking skills of the women affectionately known as church ladies. And let me tell you, it is such an interesting read. It's like a book. Not only is it chock full of recipes, but it has the ladies in it. Like, it'll have pictures of the ladies who have recipes in it, and then it'll have a story about them. It's just throughout. It is such a great read. I bought this at Sam's. Oh, goodness. Here's another lady. I bought this at Sam's, and it's so hard for me to see it when this is blocking it. So many years ago. Well, I looked. I think it said 2001. Yeah, October 2001. So, but I'm sure you can still get it. As a matter of fact, I think they have another book out now that I've seen. But it is a really good book. I've got cakes marked all through here that I've made, and it's very rare that I've got an X through one that it wasn't our taste for our family. But so I want to share that in my book bag. And then also in my book bag, I'm not reading is probably not the right word, but I'm studying this book called, see, here I am, Homesteading, Herbal Recipes for Vibrant Health. This. Homemade Remedies from Nature's Pharmacy. Anyway, I'm finding this interesting. One of the little I really went looking because you younger ones won't understand this, but maybe you middle-aged ones will. Hot flashes, and I was just like, I've got to have some relief. So I looked it up and I found out that calcium and vitamin E are great sources to help with hot flashes. So I have been pumping in the vitamin E. I'm out of calcium. I ordered some today, as a matter of fact. But this is a really cool book if you're for all my fellow homesteaders. It's by Rosemary Gladstar. So just thought I'd share that with you. It's a good book too. As far as my reading, I'm listening to a book now, so I'm not finished enough to give you a review on it, but I'll be finished by the next time I podcast, and I'll let you know that. It's a novel. But these two were very, very good books. Now let's move on to our prize bag. I've got an idea. Remember this? Oh, my heart broke because several of you said, oh, I would love to have that book. I love those ladies. I love Granny Chic style. And it was just like, well, here. But there were several. And I was just like, oh, I can't go buy them all one. And I can't just give it to them. So I've got to come up with a drawing so we can get this book out. What I'm going to do is, by the time this airs, by the time you're watching this, you will see on my Instagram account when I put up episode 2. What I want you to do is like the Instagram post and then tag 2 friends, at least 2 friends, about the podcast. So just go down to the comments and tag 2 friends. If you want to tag 4 friends, don't do it all in one post. Do it in 2 posts so that way you'll have a better chance to win the book. And then what I will do is I looked, and I believe it was February 1st, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, right around in there, when I plan to video my next podcast. So episode 3. So I will close it at that point, and then draw the winner when I'm editing or when I'm videoing. And it will post the following Tuesday, because I'm planning to publish the podcast every other Tuesday. So what, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, about the 6th or 7th. I think that's the 7th because that's my daughter's birthday. The 7th of February will be the published podcast. I bet I'm really confusing you all. Anyway, this book, go to my Instagram page where the post is talking about episode 2. Like it and tag 2 friends. You can do this as many times as you want, and I'll draw. And we'll get this book out of my library into your library, and I'll draw another book so we can get working through my library. Okay, I think that's another podcast in the bag. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. I'm so thankful that you've stuck it out, another podcast, that we've got to sit and talk. You know what? I was going to say we get to sit and talk, but really you don't talk, I talk. And the funny thing is, people have said to me, you just are such a natural, which is really funny. And my daughter and I were talking about it, and she said, well, you can just sit down and talk. And I said, well, I think that's because I just talk to myself all the time. And so it's kind of normal for me just to sit down and talk to a camera, because I talk to myself all the time anyway. So I don't even feel like anything's normal. No, I don't sit down and like have an hour worth of talk time, but it's nothing for me to talk to myself all day long around the house. So I think maybe that's why it appears that I'm comfortable here. I'm not. This is very difficult, but hey, if you think I look comfortable, then let's just go with that. But thank you for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. There's so many podcasters out there, and I know how precious time is, and so thank you. And if you would like to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. Leave me a comment. I love reading them. You can feel free to follow me on Instagram or Ravelry. I'm Ruby Moss Cottage on Ravelry and Instagram. I'm not active. I'm not on Facebook. But those are the two outlets that I'm most active in. So thank you, and hopefully we'll get to do this again in a week or two, and you'll have a lot of happy knitting. And remember, live and let live, and in all you do, take it one stitch at a time. Bye.